Number 77. Make the conversion indicated in each of the following. Okay, so this one is going to be a crazy question because we have A through G hard conversions. First, let me just erase this. Okay, so I'm just going to go one by one this time. I'm not going to write my normal A through G. So I'm just going to write A here, work at it, and then we will get to it. Now, I did number 76, which is just like this. So if you want to start with 76, be my guest. But if you want to start here, that's fine too. But there's going to be a lot of assumptions that I'm making about what you know in terms of your conversions. But without that being said, let's start with A. So it says A, the length of a soccer field, 120 meters, 3 significant figures, 2 feet. So it looks like we're going from 120 meters, 2 feet. Do we know a direct conversion from meters to feet? This is totally a length. So on my common conversion factors chart, I will look at length between meters and feet. Now here, let's see, I don't really see that, but I see that 1 meter equals 1.0936 yards. And I'm going to put over here common conversions that you guys should memorize. So you guys should know how many feet are in a yard. Do you guys know that? There's 3 feet in 1 yard, YD. So I can, if I want to, take a detour here. I can say that I can go from meters to yards and then go to feet. So this would be like a 2-part conversion. So I got to go to yards using this first conversion, and then I use my common conversion to go from yard to feet. So let's give it a shot. 120 meters times by your ratio. Meters goes on the opposite side, and we're going to yards first. So that's this conversion. 1 meter, so 1 meter is 1.0936 yards. So 1.0936 yards, the meters will cancel out. And now we're here. We like to do the whole conversion in one single step. So don't get the answer yet, just keep going. Don't be afraid. So times by a ratio. Now I don't want yard anymore, so that goes on the bottom. And feet, or I'll put FT over here. I don't know why I just put F. But FT, feet, goes up on top. And from our common conversion, 3 feet equals 1 yard. So 3 feet equals 1 yard. The yards will cancel out. And we're doing the math. So it looks like we're just multiplying by the top because the denominator is 1 times 1. And that's just 1. So we're just going to do 120 times 1.0936 times 3. And I get 393.7. And they told me that it's 3 sig figs. So that means that this is 3 sig figs. So my answer has to be 3 sig figs. So the 3, 9, and the 3. The 7 will round the 3 up to a 4. So this is really 394 feet. And that's your first answer. So I'm just going to put that over here because chances are I'm going to have to start erasing because, like I said, this question is huge. So that's our answer to the first one. Check that off. B, the height of Mount Kilimanjaro, a 19,565 feet, the highest mountain in Africa, 2 kilometers. So we need to convert 19,565 feet into kilometers, kilometers, however you like to say it, but this is also a unit of length. So I'm still using the first column, feet to kilometers. Let's see. I got, let's see. Nothing really here, right? Still, I got kilometers to miles, miles to meters, but nothing that starts with a foot. So I'm probably going to have to use my common conversion again. Oop. So this one's going to be multiple steps. So let's see. If I have to go from feet to yard, again, right? Because that's the conversion that I know. I can now use this first conversion because I have yards to meters. So I can do that. And then I can go to kilometer, finally, because that's your SI unit conversions. And guys, you need to memorize your SI units. They probably will give you your common conversion factors unless the ones that you should memorize. But your SI units, some teachers or some professors, they make you memorize them. So I didn't include them here. You guys should memorize them. All right, so let's start. 19,565 feet. Feet goes on the bottom of our conversion. This is a 3-step problem, 1, 2, and 3. So yards goes up on the top. And from the ones that you should know, 3 feet, 1 yard. So 3 goes on the bottom, 1 yard up top. Feet gets canceled. And just push right through, guys. Don't try to stop and get that answer. Just keep going. So times by the ratio, yards on the bottom. Now we want to find meters. So meters goes up on the top. And that's the first conversion that we used before. That's this guy, right? 1 meter equals 1.0936 yards. So 1 meter equals 1.0936 yards. The yards will cancel. And now, one last conversion. Times by the ratio, meters goes on the bottom, and we're looking for a kilometer. So kilometer has to go up on the top. Now this is your SI unit conversions. So just know that there's 1,000 meters for every 1 kilometer, or if you use that chart that you've seen probably in questions before, you could say 1 kilometer equals 10 to the third meters, but 10 to the third and 1,000 are exactly the same. So I'll just say 1 kilometer is equal to 1,000 meters. It's the same thing. And now I'm left with the unit that I want, kilometers. So I will do the math. So 19,565 times 1 times 1 times 1. So 19,565 on top divided by whatever this is. 3 times 1.0936 times 1,000 is 3,280.8. Now we just got to do the division. So 19,565 divided by that number. So I get 5.96348. And that would be unit in kilometer. But now we just got to give the correct sig figs. There were 5 sig figs in this question. The 19565. So 59634. And the 8 will round the 4 to a 5. So this would really be 5.9635 kilometers. There you go. I just hope I did that right. Yeah, I mean 19,500 divided by 3 times 1 point this times 1,000. Yeah, it looks reasonable. So this is, just going to write it over here, 5.9635 kilometers. So it's basically almost 6K. So if you ran 6 kilometers, that's how high the highest mountain in Africa is. Crazy. All right. This one is going to include a lot, so I'm going to just erase A and B with my little handy dandy eraser tool. Hopefully I don't erase the chart. I don't think so. Okay, cool. So now I'm going to say C. So B is done. And C, they say the area of an 8.5 times 11 inch sheet of paper into centimeters squared. Okay, so remember, area is length times width. So they're telling you that it's 8.5 times 11 inch. So they're giving you the area, but you just have to multiply it. So you have 8.5 inches times 11 inches. And together, you will find the area of that sheet of paper. So 8.5 times 11 would be 93.5 inches squared, because inch times inch, you have 2 inches here, right? Inch times inch. So you have inches squared. That's where we get that. But now there's 2 sig figs here, right? 8.5, there's 2. 11, there's 2. So this has to be 2 sig figs. So this would just turn into 94 inches squared. So now we have to turn 94 inches squared into centimeters squared. And this is a length. So we're still in the length land in our common conversion factor. And look here, 1 inch equals 2.54 centimeters exactly. So I can use that conversion. But just know that inches, like we said before, is inch times inch. So you have just 2 of them. And you need 2 centimeters out at the end. So I'll show you how to do that. 94 inches squared times, do the same type of conversion. Inches goes on the bottom, centimeters goes up top. The conversion is 1 inch equals 2.54 centimeters. But now how many inches will this cancel? Oh, 1 of them, right? Because this is inch times inch. So it only cancels 1 of them out. So how many times do you think you got to do this? 2 times. So I have to do it again. So literally the same exact conversion. The centimeters will go on the top, the inches will go on the bottom. Ooh. And that will cancel out the other inch. So the whole inches squared will cancel out. And you're left with centimeter and centimeter. So that's centimeter cubed. Sorry, centimeter squared. And now you just multiply. So 94 times 2.54 times 2.54. You get 606.5 centimeters squared. But you need the correct sig figs. There was 2 here, the 9 and the 4. So the 6 and the 0 will count. This 6 will tell me to round the 0 up to a 1. So it would be 610 centimeters squared because I need a placeholder. The decimal's here, so I need a 0 here. Okay, and that's the answer to C. So this would be 610 centimeters squared. Check that one off. Moving on. Okay, this one, let's see, I think I could fit it in D. So I'll put D over here. They're saying the displacement volume of an automobile engine, 161 inches cubed to liters. Let's see. Now, this is definitely a volume. So this is the first volume for the set here. So I'm looking in this category. And, I see that I have 1 feet cubed equals 28.317 liters. But I don't have inches cubed. But I could do 161 inches cubed to feet cubed to then finally liters. Because that's another common conversion that you should memorize. This is a 2-step problem. Because how many inches are in a foot? 12 inches are in 1 foot. Memorize that one. Just like you need to know 3 feet is in 1 yard, 12 inches equals 1 foot. But how many times do you think we're going to have to do this? 3 times because of that third. So let's start it off. 161 inches cubed. I'm going to put that this just means inch, inch, and inch. Inches on the bottom, feet up top, because I want to try to get to feet cubed. And there's 12 inches in 1 foot. But how many times do we got to do this? 3 times. So 1 foot, 12 inches. This inch will cancel out with the first one. This inch will cancel out with the second one. And do it one more time. 1 foot, 12 inches. This inch will cancel out with the third one. And voila, you now have feet cubed, which is what you have here. But now I just need to cancel out. So that's when I'm going to use the third conversion in the volume list. So if I could just squeeze this in here, feet cubed on the bottom, liters up top, they're telling me that 1 feet cubed is equal to 28.317. And this feet cube, because there's 3 of them, will cancel out all of these feet. And you're left with only liters. So, to simplify this one, you will do 161 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 28.317. So basically 161 times 28.317. So 161 times 28.317, you get roughly 4559, so 4,559.0 divided by, now you just got to multiply the bottoms together. So 12 times 12 times 12 times 1. So basically 12 times 12 times 12. You get 1,728. So now you just have to divide those two. So this divided by 1,728. You get 2.638. 2.638. And in the beginning, there were 3 sig figs. It was 161. So you need 3 sig figs here. So the 2, 6, and the 3, the 8 will tell me that the 3 rounds to a 4. So this would be 2.64 liters. Awesome. Box that answer off, guys. This one's coming over here, 2.64 liters. You see what I mean by saying that this one was a huge question? All right, E. Let me just get rid of all this. Whee! Let's see here. So I'll get rid of this. Okay. E. The estimated mass of the atmosphere, 5.6 times 10 to the 15 tons, 2 kilograms. So E. This is now a mass. This guy. So we're now moving into the mass category. So I have 5.6 times 10 to the 15 tons, and I want to go to kilograms. Okay. Now here, I see that I have 1 kilogram is equal to pounds, pounds and grams, grams to ounces. So actually, there's another common conversion that you have to know, and it is 1 ton equals 2,000 pounds. So 1,000 pounds equals 1 ton. That's the conversion that you guys should pay attention to. And that's the one that's like the hidden piece of the puzzle that you need to figure this question out. So we have to take a little detour, right? We have to first jump to pounds because that's what this easy conversion is. And then we can go to kilograms because I can use this first one here. 1 kilogram equals 2.2046 pounds. So let's try it out. 5.6 times 10 to the 15 tons times by your ratio, tons on the bottom, pounds up on top, and because of that conversion that they assume that you've memorized, 1 ton equals 2,000 pounds. Tons cancel out. And now, that was step 1. We're moving on to step 2. Times by your ratio. We want kilograms. So pounds goes on the bottom, kilograms goes up on top, and we're using the first conversion, which is 1 kilogram equals 2.2046 pounds. Pounds cancel out. We're left with kilograms, so we could just use our conversion. So technically, 5.6 times 10 to the 15th times 2,000 is 1.12 times 10 to the 19th, all divided by 2.2046. So this answer divided by 2.2046, I get 5.080 times 10 to the 18th kilograms. Now we just need correct sig figs. There was 2 sig figs here, right? The 5 and the 6, so that's 2. So the 5 and the 0, but the 8 will tell me that the 0 turns into a 1. So this would be 5.1 times 10 to the 18th kilograms. So that's this one, 5.1 times 10 to the 18th kilograms. Just box these off. Okay, moving on. F. Got some room here. the mass of a bushel of rye, 32.0 pounds, 2 kilograms. And this is definitely a mass question because I said it right there. So we're using the third tier in mass, and there's my conversion, right? Pounds to kilograms. So this one is pretty easy. We take the 32.0 pounds times by a ratio. We don't want pounds anymore, that goes on the bottom. We want kilograms. And the conversion tells me 1 kilogram equals 2.2046 pounds. Pounds will cancel out. We are left with kilograms. So we just do the simple math right here. So 32 divided by 2.2046. You get 14.52. But now we need sig figs. There were 3 sig figs here. The 0 counts because there is a decimal. So I need 3 sig figs in my answer. 1, 4, and 5. The 2 does not round the 5 up. So it would be 14.5 kilograms. Box that answer off. That one was easy. That one was a direct conversion. 14.5 kilograms. And last but not least, G. Let me see. It says the mass of a 5.00 grain aspirin tablet to milligrams. And they give me a conversion. 1 grain equals 0.00229 ounces. So I am going to erase this top one over here. And guys, if you do need to use some extra time, just pause the video and write it down. Okay. Awesome. So last one, G. They tell me that I have 5.00 grain, and they want to go to milligrams, right? But they tell me a nice conversion here, 1 gram equals 0.00229 ounces. So the first thing I'm probably going to have to do is go from grams to ounces. But that doesn't answer the question of going to milligrams. So now I got to look over at my mass conversion. And there's 2 conversions that have to deal with ounces and grams, right? Now, chances are you will use always the top one. The bottom one, the troy ounce, only has to deal with ounces with metals, but this is aspirin tablet, so we will use the top one. And this one is the standard one. So grams to ounces is the first conversion. Then we can go from ounces to grams. That would be the second conversion based off of this conversion. And then we can use our SI unit based milligram conversion that you should memorize. So let's try it out. 5.00 grain times by grain on the bottom, and ounces goes up on the top. They told us that 1 grain was equal to 0.00229 ounces, so 1 grain is 0.00229 ounces. So grain cancels. Next, we want to go from ounces to grams. So ounces goes on the bottom, grams goes up on top, and we're going to use this conversion right here. So 1 ounce equals 28.349 grams, and the ounces will cancel out. So we did the first step, we did the second step, now we just got to go from grams to milligrams. That's SI units. You guys should know that there are either 1,000 milligrams equal 1 gram, or if you use that chart that you like to use, that you've seen probably in the questions before, this is the same thing as saying 1 milligram equals 10 to the negative 3 grams. Either one, it's up to you. So times by the ratio, grams goes on the bottom, milligrams goes up on top. I'm going to use the 1,000. I'm going to use the 1,000 milligrams. So we got 1,000 milligrams equals 1 gram. That cancels out the grams. And now we're ready to do the math. Basically, everything is divided by 1. So whatever you times the top, that's the answer. So we got 5 times 0.00229 times 28.349 times 1,000. And you get 324.596. Sig figs. There are 3 sig figs here. Those are trailing zeros, but there's a decimal, so they count. So I just need 3 sig figs here. The 3, 2, 4. The 5, though, however, will round the 4 up to a 5, and you will get 325 milligram tablet of aspirin. Let me just put that here. So 325 milligram tablet. Check that off. Awesome job, guys. We did it. This was one heck of a problem. Guys, I hope this helped. If you guys can do this question and number 76, you guys know conversions. There's nothing that they could give you on the test that would stop you. You guys are masters. So thank you for tuning in, and thank you for staying until the end. That's really awesome. Thank you so much. So if this helped you, give us a like, subscribe. You guys get to know when all the next questions are coming out. But anyway, I hope you guys have an awesome day. I will see you guys all in the next question. Take care now.